If you would visit any country in the world, where could you go?
If I could visit any country in the world, I would choose to visit Sweden. And the reason that I would choose to visit Sweden is because I have 4 wonderful friends that I met here in San Francisco, and I would love to go and visit them. 2 of them are actresses, and one is a director, editor, and the 4th person is a cinematographer. And I would love to go and visit them. Amanda and Maya are the actresses, and they are so creative and so committed and so free, and it would be wonderful to be able to do a project with them. It would also be wonderful to do a project with the director Eric, who is an award-winning director, or the cinematographer Gustav, who's actually working on TV in Sweden right now. So that's where I would choose to go.
What are something that make you really happy? It's okay.
Something that would make me really happy. That's there's so many things that would make me happy. It's a huge selection. It would make me really happy to find out that I had a job today. That would make me very, very happy. It would make me happy to be able to visit my brother and my nephew during Thanksgiving. That would make me very happy. What else? There's so many things. It would make me very happy to have all my homework done in advance. The small things. Sometimes there are very small things that would make me happy also like that. And it would make me very happy if I owned a dog, actually. And it would make me very happy, it would make me very happy to find a wonderful relationship with a guy to be in.
Yes, I think so. What are some things like make you really sad?
The first thing that comes to my mind that makes me very, very sad. Some things that make me very sad right now are actually when people who are very, very gifted. Some things that make me sad right now. Some things that make me very sad right now are when people who are actually very gifted and passionate about art, and it's all forms of art, when they give it up because working to get a job is too difficult for them. It's very sad because I feel like when you're very gifted in any form of art or creativity, you're really cutting the world off from your gift, and it's very sad, and it really breaks my heart. The other thing right now that makes me very sad, that I have had an occasion to see a lot when I'm walking down the street to school, is parents who are mean to their kids, just walking down the street, when parents roll their eyes at their kids or don't respond with a hug when the kid reaches out to hug their kid. It's very sad. I think there are so many people who can't have children, and then there are these people who have children and do not seem to appreciate it. I'm not saying that they should always be happy, but they look like they don't want to be around their own kids, and that's very, very sad.
Do you have any brother or sister?
I have siblings, I will choose to talk about my youngest sibling, who is my brother, who I love dearly. It's very interesting to know someone. I mean, yes, it's very interesting to know he's the youngest, so I have such a vivid memory of him being a baby. And just yesterday I was thinking, like, when I get angry with him and we're in a fight, I look at him and he's yelling and he's much taller than me. He's 6'4" and I'm 5'3". And when we're in a fight and he's yelling at me, every once in a while I have a flash of like his voice, but there's a little teeny toddler that I'm looking at, and it's hard to still be angry at him because I always remember what he looks like when he was a baby. And that I am very close to him and very proud of him. He's a gifted writer, and he had a bit of a hard time, but he is pulling himself back up by his bootstraps, and I'm very proud of him and very inspired by him.
What's your favorite part about today so far?
What's my favorite part about today so far? What's my favorite part about today so far? I discovered something that I forgot that I had to do for my website, my YouTube page. Yes. And
You have
I have a YouTube page, and I discovered something today. Someone mentioned something when I was on the march, and I realized that although I had written a list, I had actually forgotten to double check that list, and there's like a major thing that I forgot. So I'm very, very happy that I remembered that, and that has been the best part of today so far.
Who in your life has influenced you the most?
Who in my life has influenced me the most?
How did they do it?
And how did they do it? I would say the person definitely who has influenced me most was my great-grandfather. He was very young when his son was born, 17, so I got to meet him even though he was in his late 90s. When I met him, he was fun and tough and clear, focused. He was determined. He was modest. He had the same shirts and pants. And I said, why did you buy like 5 shirts that are the same thing exactly and 5 same colored pants? And he said, I am a very old man, and it is hard for old people to, when you look at old people and they get dressed, it's
just
hard
the same
for them.
color.
Yes, he said, so to make it easier on myself, I have the same clothes every day. And I said that makes sense. When he became, he felt that he became too old to drive. He noticed that he wasn't responding quickly, so he stopped driving. And things like that, it's very inspiring to me because he's responsible for who he is and knows his limitations, but also knows what kind of influence he had. Like, he spent a week with my brother before he died. He spent a summer with my brother before he died, and he said that it was one of the best summers of his life because he got to spend time with him and influence him in a way that he didn't get to with his own son, my grandfather. He is also the reason why I have pursued art and have worked very hard to find a way to make money through art, because he said to me that in his life, what he noticed by the time he was late 90s is that people who are unhappy, that there is some kind of connection between people who do something they don't like and people who are unhappy. So he very much pushed me to do something that would make me happy.
She is living in New York.
He was living on the East Coast in Massachusetts, but he's passed away now.
If you were a type of animals, what could you be and why?
That's really funny. Because because just actually this morning I remembered this conversation I used to have with a friend of mine when we were little, which was just so crazy in elementary school. But I'll never forget. Like we used to think, what animals would we be? And I used to be like, oh, I'd be a mouse, and she was like, you kind of look like a mouse, and it was very strange. But I think I would choose to be a mouse because they're tiny and they're cute, and I would choose to be a field mouse because they run wild, and they seem happy. They get food, they have families, they're in the nature, and there are a lot of Disney films about them. So I think I would love to be a mouse.
What are some of your major goals in your life?
What are some of my major goals in my life? Well, one major goal in my life is to complete a graduate level of education. A graduate level of education would mean I'm working on 2 masters and also a doctorate because I feel that you only live once and it's important to get an education. And another goal of mine is obviously to work creatively and make money that way for the rest of my life. And not in any order of which one will happen first, but a third goal is to get married and have children.
Get married.
Yeah, because I want to. Because since I was little, I always wanted to create a family and watch people grow up, and that's just seems like it would be interesting to me, and just fill my heart with joy. And then I'll definitely have a dog and have a husband to have a partner to raise kids with and enjoy that process of watching them grow up together. So those are my 3 goals. And also to hopefully help people later on in life through my art, to help people to expand their mind or to validate their life circumstances.
What are some things that make you really sad?
Some things that make me really sad right now. One thing that has come up a lot since I have been since I've been doing work in acting and film and TV, just starting out recently, it makes me very sad when people who are very, very gifted, They're way loud.
As a clock. Yes. What's the beautiful part in San Francisco?
The most beautiful part about living in San Francisco, I think, is the view that you see in the morning. No matter where you are, the view you see in the morning is the most beautiful part of San Francisco. Yesterday I was in a bus, not driving. I was going to school over the Bay Bridge, and I could see the water and the sunlight shining over the water. And it was by far one of the most beautiful sights that I'd ever seen in my life. And that's the most beautiful part about living in the Bay Area, this gorgeous, gorgeous view, no matter where you're sitting or standing in the morning.
In San Francisco and New York, which city do you like better?
Oh, that's hard. And I don't want to say San Francisco and New York, which one? I like them both in different ways, and it's difficult because I feel like I'm more focused in San Francisco because I have less distractions from old friends. But for right now, I would choose San Francisco. But I would actually choose a third choice for best city in the world. I would say Paris. I have been there, and I think it's the most beautiful, most fun, and you can even do film and TV there, so maybe the most creative, dare I say. I'm not sure. But I would vote for Paris.